talk about artificial sweeteners. This is a topic I'm somewhat interested in because there's a lot of information out there, but you wonder what the real truth is. Well, there currently are 5 artificial sweeteners that are on the market. Let's look at each one. The first one is saccharin, and then we have sucralose, acylsulfane, aspartame, and neotame. Saccharin, you may recognize the pink packet, is 300 times sweeter than table sugar. It was banned for more than 20 years because it was suspected to be a carcinogen. And then in 2000, it was delisted from the banned list due to insufficient evidence. Health advocates still question its safety today, however, but it's been around the longest. Sucralose is a 0-calorie artificial sweetener that's 600 times sweeter than table sugar. The FDA says it's safe, but reports claim that its composition makes it nearly impossible for our bodies to metabolize. I've heard urban legends say that it really actually is like plastic or something. The third sweetener I'm going to talk about is aspartame. Early studies show a link between consumption and cancer in laboratory animals, but more study is needed to be conclusive. Okay, Congress passed the Food Additives Amendment in also known as the GRAS list, G-R-A-S, in 1958. The original intent for this was to allow ingredients like sugar, salt, vinegar to be used in food products without a formal review by the Food and Drug Administration. FDA is required by law to review new food additives for safety before they can go on the market. GRAS is now used as a loophole by food manufacturers so that they can introduce new ingredients into foods without review by the FDA. Food manufacturers can use its own employees, its own scientists, studies, data, and whatnot to decide if an ingredient is safe to eat. Not only is this a potentially huge conflict of interest, but the review by the FDA is voluntary. Okay, artificial sweeteners, are they beneficial? Well, some say yes and some say no. Obesity. This chart here shows that there was a controlled study done on a group of people who used sweetener and those who didn't. Now, the people were asked to identify themselves of whether they were 15 pounds overweight or not. And you can see on the right side, those that were overweight did consume more sweeteners. And that's one of the issues with sweeteners is studies at NIH on rodents suggest that sweeteners can affect the bacteria or whatever in your stomach, and that helps you digest, and they can it alters the body's ability to digest glucose, which can lead to weight gain. But larger studies are still done. But until larger studies are done with people and a long impact, that's some of the issue with this, is that it's the long-term use of sweeteners, because some of them are new on the market and whatnot. The data remains uncertain until we get these long-term studies done. NIH is currently studying the part of the brain that tells us to stop eating when we've had too much sugar or too much sweeteners, and there's data that suggests that these sweeteners affect that mechanism in the brain that tells you, I've had too much sweet and I need to eat something healthy or whatever. And they give you a sweet tooth. children that are allowed to drink diet sodas and a lot of gum and stuff when they're young develop this sweet tooth, and they have problems. Other foods, nutritious foods are not satisfactory to them. They don't want those. Sweeteners are helpful in the treatment of diabetes because they do not raise insulin levels, but then they have the other side effect. Disadvantages: no nutritional value, aftertaste, some can say it's bitter. Side effects include skin rashes, agitation, dizziness, numbness, diarrhea, swelling, muscle and stomach pain, headaches, intestinal cramping, and bladder issues. These two lab mice, look what they had to say about artificial sweeteners there. They think they're developing artificial diabetes in the lab there. Well, people have debated the safety of artificial sweeteners for decades. There's a lot of research, but a lot of it is inconclusive too. To date, researchers have found no clear evidence of any kind that artificial sweeteners cause cancer or lead to serious health problems in humans. However, words of wisdom: avoid any food or additives that you see in food that ends with OSE. It's the chemical suffix for sugar. That's not good. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. Well, I would say if Grandma didn't cook with it, but you guys would probably say if great-grandma didn't cook with it, don't eat it. And another thing is to look whether it came from the farm or the laboratory. And that's it. Thank you for listening.